Morning. Time for another day at Project Wreck. Just putting my boots on. We've got a fun packed day because yesterday was so wet and horrible. Got nothing done. Today it's definitely drier, definitely brighter. So 3 projects to try and get completed today. Project 1 is to smash up and remove Stan's pergola base. Project 2 is to trim and neaten the woodwork down by the shed base and also bring all the detritus up here ready to go to the tip next weekend. And then Project 3, well, I'll introduce you to Project 3 a little bit later. How about that? In the meantime, let's go get some tools. Right, job 1, very simple. That. So this is the base of Stan's pergola tiki hut thing that was here. It was completely overgrown, as was everything. As you can see, we took the top bit down. Actually, that was quite fun. I might have seen that in an earlier vid. But today's plan is clear all this off and away and dismantle this platform as best we can, get down to the soil or whatever the heck is underneath it. The other problem we have here, when you're working in the garden, is there is just no shelter. So my best bet right now is to just sort of hunker up against this wall, let the shower pass. Well, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but I am now getting quite wet. Hey, it's only July. Attacking it with the hedge trimmer. You can see here's our boards, just buried under lots of garden detritus. But essentially, we can see the boards now go all the way back to the fence. So we got a bit more of a plan. Understand a bit more of this structure, and I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Also understand how much of it is rotten. And the answer is quite a bit. Hey Project Wreck fans, so I think this is just going to be a very bitty video today, I'm afraid, just because we've got to play dodge the showers and this camera isn't waterproof, so it's staying in the bag, dip it out between showers. But that was another cloudburst. I don't know if you can tell, I'm absolutely soaked through. I might as well just plough on, I guess, as I'm wet now. I might as well just try and get warm. We'll see how it goes, but if it gets any more miserable, then I think we'll have to call it quits again and just push all of this work on till next week and hope we get the weather. So I've lifted the pergola in one piece. I was able to lift the base in one piece. I say able, I didn't really have much of a choice. Right, so guys, this is my plan. I'm just going to chop this up basically. So I've taken this end off. As you can see, a lot of this wood is just rotten. It was just cutting through like butter. So I'm going to take the ends off this thing, and then hopefully I can just move the center section on its own, maybe take these rotten ends out, take it up to the top and just smash it up with a sledgehammer. Okay, so progress report. I have cut the base into 2 halves, cut the edges off it, all the rotten edges are in there. This should now be a lot more easy to handle it. So while the weather's holding, I'm going to quickly scurry on to job 2 in this sunny spell, and that's just to tidy up the end of the shed base. So down in the bottom of the garden, trusty sawzall, and let's get this job done. Yeah, happy with that. So there we go, looks a lot neater. What I've done is I've taken the cut off bits and just laid them on top of the raw cut wood. This is because that isn't treated, but that end is, this is. So by putting this over here, hopefully they don't blow off. That's just going to prevent any water from penetrating the top of the stakes until I can get some wood preservative onto them, which should be next week or so. So here we are walking down to the bottom of the garden. I promised you an extra project for today. Right, this project. involves this gate. So we've got a bit of work here still to clear this surface out. But if I put this into here, right, out we come. So this is our back gate, and as you can see, this is a watercourse. This is actually the drainage channel for the railway path. This was the old railway line, this was a drain on this side, that was a drain on that side. And as you can see, it's very wet. Our whole garden down here is very wet. So if you saw the log chipper disaster episode, this is some of the logs that were chipped. This is some of the stuff we just threw over the fence and cried about. We've got to dig out this area here, and we need to put a bridge so that this water course will flow, because as you can see at the minute, it's just backing up. So I've chopped a water butt in half. Here it is. So we found 2 water butts in the garden. Both were cracked, both were split. So this is one that's been cut in half, rather crudely, but it'll do. Let's see if it will go over this water course. So we'd need to go something like that. Further that way, maybe. You know what? That might actually work. So in addition to Project Shed, we now have Project Bridge. What do you think? Think this is going to work? Let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Take care.